and today I'm going to be making a team. Well, I'm going to be introducing some special sweepers that you could put on your team in OU. So first of all, we have Alakazam. Now Alakazam is an interesting Pokemon because it has Magic Guard, which allows it to switch in without getting hurt by any entry hazards, or it's immune to like toxic or like, well, it's not immune, but it just cannot. It can only be damaged by direct attacks, like Dark Pulse or something like that, knockoff. And so Alakazam runs really well with either a choice specs Life Orb or choice Scarf set. But I would really use the choice specs because it's already extremely fast. There are going to be very little Pokemon that could outrun it. So you want like Psychic, which is a really nice coverage move, Charge Beam, which raises your special attack. But again, that Charge Beam works better with a Life Orb set. So Shadow Ball, you want really good coverage here, Dazzling Gleam. And the last one is up to you. Usually I get a Focus Blast, but sometimes you don't really want to get locked into Focus Blast because of its really low accuracy. But that's my Alakazam. You could also Mega it, which allows you to get a ton more of Alakazite. This gives it a whopping 175 special attack and 150 speed, which is like seriously unbeatable, except for a priority move. So this is what I would give my Mega. This works really well because special attack 175, you could basically kill anything in your way. So the next Pokemon I'm going to introduce is Greninja. And the thing that works really well with Greninja is its ability Protein, which allows it to switch into the type of the move that it's going to use. So it works really well with a Life Orb set. And usually I give it Scald, because sometimes I like the Lucky Burn. Some people give it Surf because they don't really care. It has 10 more power, but I like Scald. I use Dark Pulse, Extraordinary, and the last one is up to you. It could either be Shadow Sneak. It's always nice to have a little bit of priority move. I'm pretty sure it can't learn Vacuum Wave. No, it can't. But because Shadow Sneak is a physical move, and although this guy's a special sweeper, it's nice to have priority move. And Dark Pulse, I usually give it Scald, Dark Pulse, Extraordinary, and Ice Beam. Some other people will give it, instead of Ice Beam or Extraordinary, maybe like Grass Knot, for example. So next we have Gengar. Now Gengar is a lot like Alakazam, very high special attack, very high speed, and outruns almost everything. So you want to use your Gengar like that. So usually this is my set. I don't know if you guys like it, but I always choice specs my Gengar. Shadow Ball, Psychic. Sometimes I give it Sludge Bomb, but I'm gonna give it Dazzling Gleam and Focus Blast. So this is also a really good choice specs set that I like to use. So now one of my favorites, Charizard Mega Y. Charizard Mega Y is a great special sweeper because it has a hell load of a really big diverse moves, and it can learn Solar Beam, which doesn't need a charge because of its ability Drought. There's always when it comes in, it's already sunny. That's why a lot of people use it in their sun teams. Solar Beam, Flamethrower. I don't like to use Fire Blast because of its low accuracy. But if you want to, you can use that. Air Slash, very good, always good, and it's nice to get that flinch sometimes. And I use Dragon Pulse. So what I like to do is I like to nickname my Charizard Mega Y, because some people will think that your Charizard is Mega X because you said Mega Y, but you know, they probably won't. So next, another good sweeper is Espeon. Now, Espeon is more of my... There are a lot of sets for Espeon, and people just use it because of its awesome ability, Magic Bounce. So for example, if a stupid Smeargle uses Spore on your Espeon, it's gonna bounce back to Smeargle, and the Smeargle is gonna fall asleep. That's why I love Espeon. If you have a stupid Skarmory there, trying to put it the entry hazards, I just send out my Espeon and everything's bounced back. So that's what I love about Espeon. And I like to give it my set of Espeon is the Stored Power set, which I like to spam Calm Mind, and then I spam Stored Power until everything is dead. But again, there are those Dark types, so I always give Hidden Power, Fighting, and Psyshock for those special walls. So that's my Espeon set, and another good special attacker guy is Latios or Latias. For some reason, Latias works better, even though Latios has a bigger special attack. But I'm gonna demonstrate with Latios. The bad thing about OU is that they won't let you use Soul Dew, which allows it to raise its special attack and special defense. So instead, we're gonna give it a Life Orb. So I like to give my Latios an Energy Ball, or you could use Surf, but I think Energy Ball has more coverage. So I like to give it Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor. Draco Meteor is something that I like to use because you always can rely on that to OHKO one Pokemon. And Charge Beam is really good to raise your special attack, but then the bad thing is you just waste that with Draco Meteor. So I don't use Charge Beam, and instead I use Thunderbolt. And Latios is basically just try and sweep as much as you can in the time given to you. So goodbye, iMovie. So that's what I like to do. And the last move that I give my Latios is Ice Beam. So that's my Latios. And we don't have any more space here, so let's start another one. There are so many special attackers that are really, really good. And the next one I'm going to demonstrate is well, Manaphy, actually. Oops. Manaphy is a very unique Pokemon because of it's like Mew, like, and Celebi. All its stats are 100, and that means you could do a lot of stuff with it. But this is the main set that people give Manaphy. Tail Glow, which raises its user's special attack by 3, which is like the best move to raise your special attack. So that's always in a Manaphy set. And you want to give it a Scald, and good coverage is Ice Beam and Energy Ball or Dazzling Gleam. It doesn't really matter. And you give it a Life Orb, and hydration. Yeah, so that's Manaphy. And let me see if there are any more. Well, Goodra is more of a wall, but its special attack is really high too, and it could also sweep. I'm going to talk about Heatran now. So Heatran is a great Pokemon because it basically only has two weaknesses, which is water and ground. I'm pretty sure that's the only ones. Yeah. So the bad thing is that it has 4 times weakness to ground. So you could fix this by giving it an air balloon, which makes it immune to ground type attacks until it's hit. And so that's really great. So I just spam my Magma Storm, which traps and damages the target for 4 to 5 turns and has a power of 100. So that's always a great move, but then again, your accuracy is very low. But another move is Fire Blast, but I like to give mine Eruption because you could go with a bang. Like, Eruption has 150 base power, and even though the less health you have, the weaker it is, it's still a great move. So I like to give that a flamethrower, because if I have like really low health. Earth Power is really nice, and Flash Cannon. So that's my Heatran, and my last Pokemon that I'm going to introduce today is actually I have 2 more. So it's Thundurus, Therian. This guy has a whopping 415 special attack, which is extremely high. And items, you could give it either a Life Orb or a Choice Specs, but I give it a Life Orb, so I give it Thunderbolt, Ice, Hidden Power Ice, and Nasty Plot, and Agility. Now, I give it these because its speed is not very high, and its special attack, sometimes, even though it's really high, it can't always sweep with Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice. So Nasty Plot is always very good. And the next Pokemon I'm going to introduce is Manectric. Now, Manectric Mega has special attack of 135 and speed of 135, which is really good. I like to give, and it has a nice ability of Intimidate. So if you have any of those stupid physical sweepers, you could use Intimidate. And I like to give mine Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt. Charge Beam is sometimes nice, and Ice, Hidden Power Ice, always good coverage. The Bolt Beam always works well. It covers almost everything. And so this leaves me to, I think, 1 more or 2 more. 1 more. You know what? 2 more Pokemon. I just realized. So the next one is going to be Togekiss. Ability Serene Grace. This guy is a really good troller. If you want someone annoying on your team, this is the guy you want. So I'm gonna give it Air Slash. High critical. It has. Oh no, Air Slash. Air Slash. Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave. Nasty Plot, and Aura Sphere. This set works really well for Togekiss because Serene Grace allows Air Slash to have 60% chance of flintation. And I like to give my Togekiss Life Orb. No! Togekiss leftovers.